Hi, I'm Cindy Fedje, Livestead. I'm one of Ruth's daughters, and it's an honor to be here to talk to you guys tonight and share some of our experience with the hospice program in Rugby. The Rugby medical community was always so important to Mom, and she was a part of it for a lot of years. When we got Mom home from Fargo, she needed equipment and she needed care. The hospice had everything in place for her when she got there, and met her there, stayed late that night to get her settled. And then during the next few weeks, they helped us and they provided us with training, anything she needed medically, anything she needed with her NG suction tube, with the hospital bed, her medications. They reassured us continually that we were doing a good job caring for her. We were all so grateful that she was able to come home to Rugby for her last days. Had we not had the hospice program here in Rugby, things could have been quite different, and she maybe would never have been able to come home, but that was what she wanted. And because of your program and the services you provide, she was home. And we're so grateful. We're grateful that you involved a chaplain. That was so important to her too. Our hope is that this program continues for many more families. It made a difficult time less difficult because you were such a big part of the journey and so much help. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Jane Hellickson, the second of Ruth's 7 children. First of all, I want to read what my niece Carrie wrote about Mom's hospice story. Hi, my name is Carrie. Ruth Fedje was my granny, and I spent time taking care of her full-time while she was on hospice care. I was with her a few weeks before she passed away. My granny was very appreciative of being able to be in Rugby and around her friends while she was sick. We were all very grateful for Rugby having a hospice program so she could be home with friends and family. Mary Kay was the hospice nurse. She was amazing. Carrie wrote that with all capital letters and 2 exclamations. She had so much compassion and care for not only Granny, but also our family. She provided anything we needed and would go above and beyond to help keep Granny comfortable. She was always available by phone or text if we had any questions or concerns. After Granny passed, Mary Kay was very supportive and sympathetic. She helped to comfort the family in the ways we all needed. We were very blessed to have Mary Kay as part of the hospice team. Overall, the hospice program in Rugby was wonderful for our family. They offered support, care, supplies, and services that were very important to our granny and family. Thank you to the hospice team for all you do. And I just want to say thank you to Mary Kay for being such a wonderful influence in Carrie's life as well. Heart of America's hospice program served both our mom and our family well. In the initial stages, throughout her battle with cancer, and even after she passed, we were all well served. Mom knew heartbreak in losing her husband and oldest son within 9 months' time over 20 years ago. But true to her nature, Mom never lost her step in what she did so well, and that was in giving and serving. We lost count of how many organizations she served on and often led for Rugby and Pierce County. She even completed and managed my dad's in-home kidney dialysis for him at home before he passed. Being the non-nurse type that I am, I understood when Mom only served as a hospice volunteer for a very short time. She realized this is one thing she could not do well. Hospice, as we all found out, requires a kind of giving and serving that is unique and demanding, and Mom knew it wasn't for her, but what she did know was its value. And she signed up for hospice early on and was very thankful that she did. She and I talked about so many things before she passed to heaven. One of them was about the chaplain, Pastor Gary Dorn. Mom had insisted that when I arrived home about 10 days before she passed, that I wake her up. It didn't matter if it was what time it was, day or night, but I was not about to wake up a dying woman, 87 years old, but Carrie and my son insisted. And she was so happy to see me. She had something she wanted to tell me. She knew I needed to know during her visit with Pastor Dorn a few days before. She had made a decision that affected her eternity with Jesus. Later, when I met this pastor who had been able to accomplish something for Mom that I had prayed about for about 50 years, I held on to him and tried to explain the waves of joy that comes from seeing God do what he does so well through one of his servants. So thank you for being obedient to God, Pastor Dorn. And I know he's retired since then, but he's done well. If Rugby didn't have hospice available, Mom's story may have been quite different. She was close by the family, so several nights our family gathered around her. We sang, we ate, we prayed, we looked at pictures, we spoke to her, we said our goodbyes, we laughed, we cried, and all in Mom's home with Mom. We could come and go as we wanted. We didn't have to sign in or pass the nurse's desk or go through security or even drive very far. We just came home to Mom. I ask you, for the sake of your family and the families of this community, to support the Heart of America Hospice program. We have been well served, and I'm confident they'll do the same for your family.